this computer. All right, guys. First of all, welcome to our Hunger Games. I'm super excited. I hope you guys know that the reason we put these little challenge groups together is to keep us motivated. A lot of you guys are going to catch this recording, and it's basically just going to be a little bit of housekeeping so you can kind of get familiar with what's going to be going on. A lot of you guys are brand new to Beachbody or to Body and to our streaming platform, and you've never really done this. So I kind of wanted to walk you guys through this so you understand how it's going to work and really what you're here for. I know I'm asking you guys to do this in a time of the year where it's hard, right? Because the holidays are going to be coming in. It's going to be a time where there's going to be a lot of celebration. But from our last challenge, I don't know if you guys know this, but we ran one, which ended 2 weeks ago. It was very intimate. It was close, but what I loved about it, it was that it wasn't perfect. All 10 teams that were on there didn't do this perfect. Everyone slipped. Lewis and I had days where we didn't do our workouts. That is what it's about. It's not about being perfect. It's about how to fit this in your regular life, no matter what's going on. So I think that the fact that you're choosing to do this in during the holidays, it's going to give you a head start. You're going to start the year without that, oh shit, wait, you're going to start the year already with those habits in place so that you can actually level up even more. We're not going to use the holidays as an excuse. It shouldn't be an excuse. I don't know if you guys have been watching this whole thing with the centenarians and the blue zone. But I think that's probably going to be the topic of one of my next challenges is that we've reached a point where it's not even so much about the weight, it's not about the scale, it's about a feeling. How do you want to feel? I know, and even though we did this couples derived, and one of the things that me and Lewis really want to try to do is to bring couples to do this together, is because it is important that I know for a long time, Lewis and I said, okay, we want to live our life to the fullest. We want to enjoy ourselves. But what does that really mean? What does that really look like? Okay, when you go on vacation, are you really living life to the fullest? Are you enjoying it to the max capacity? Are you going on a hike? Are you able to physically really enjoy it? And I think that's to the point, at least where we've gotten at, where we're doing it it's not just about the scale, it's about really feeling good in our skin. You guys are going to realize the main tool here is going to be Beachbody On Demand or Body. That's going to be where you're going to stream your workouts. You can pick either a super block, you can pick a program. I've already messaged you guys individually. Anybody that needs a one-on-one or doesn't know or is not right now in a place where they know how they're going to start or what program they're going to start, after this call, message me. I'm going to be working. I'm going to try to fill this up. My goal is going to be to try to get 5 more couples or 5 more teams in here before the night is over. If we can get to 20, that's going to be my goal. So if you're in a place right now where you don't know how to start or you don't know what program you want to start, message me because I'll be more than happy to help you. What I've tried to tell everyone, especially if you're a beginner, Job One is a great program. It's a great way to make this a habit because it's just 20 minutes. Okay. You're going to realize that it's not about the intensity of how you go into this. It's going to be about the consistency. You can go with full intensity for 2 or 3 days, and then there goes the 4th day and the 5th day, and you're going to burn out. You're going to be say, forget it, and throw your hands up. And then you're going to be, right back to where you usually start, which is quitting. One of the things that I want to share and I've realized along the journey, like I said, it's not going to be perfect. If you miss a workout, you finally pick a program and you miss a workout, don't start from the beginning again. Go to your next workout. Go to your next workout. I would suggest if you're doing a program or if you're doing a super block, print the calendar. Put it somewhere where you can see it. Put it somewhere so that you, with your hands, and this is something that helped me along my journey forever, you're able to, when you finish that workout, put that X on or put the check mark. Because believe it or not, subconsciously, you doing that, marking that off, crossing that off, that does something for you. You want to do that. That sometimes is going to be the difference whether you do that workout or not, because you want to check it off, you know? So one of our main tools is going to be Body. You're going to find down there's 2 nutrition programs that you're going to have access to, whether it be To Be Mindset or Portion Fix. They both have different perspectives. One is more framework, more with your containers. basically, so that you understand what the portion fix is, it's broken down your macros in colored containers so that that way the average person doesn't have to sit there and count macros. You're going to do a formula, you're going to figure out how many containers you're going to need of each, and that's basically what it is. It's eating portioned, and the best part about it is that you're going to end up eating, you don't overeat anything. So you're not overeating anything, you're basically you're going to get optimal results. um Fasting is going to be one of the other tools that we're using in here. I know a lot of you guys are new to fasting. I've gotten really good at coaching people through fast, but I will tell you the only reason I've gotten good at it is because I just keep doing it, and I've connected. Sylvia is in my fasting group. She's been with me since the beginning. This is a trial and error, and I'll tell you, I've only been able to reach the 72 hours because someone in the group reached it. I started this, the most I had done was 24 hours, the most, in January. And little by little, we've been pushing each other. And I'm like, oh my God, if she did it, how can I not do it? You know? And it's been a thing where we're basically, I'm not saying competing because we're not, but we're pushing each other. I would have never thought that I would have been able to do a 72-hour fast or a 48-hour fast or a 36 or a 24. But once you link arms and once you lock arms and you're doing it with other people, it does become a lot easier. Okay. The thing with fasting, and one of the things that I love, is that you get quick results. It is one of the quickest ways to change your metabolic health, and it comes with a lot of different benefits. Okay. You're gonna see a lot of us are gonna reference fasting with our cycle. It is an option. You don't have to do it. We read a book. I'm going to drop it on the chat. We read a book called Fast Like a Girl. It basically teaches you how to fast with your menstrual cycle. A lot of us are right now in the same age group. We're in the 40s and the 50s. What I realized, I used to fast before without my cycle. I started fasting in 2020. Now that I fast with my cycle, the difference, what I've noticed is I don't lose my hair like before. I got to a point where I was losing hair. Okay. I was edgy. I also got to a point where I felt that I was eating and feasting too much. Like it was just about, okay, I need to do 20 hours, and then I would devour the food and then starve. I felt like I was starving. You know, it wasn't healthy. And the fact that you have these ebbs and flows to where there's a nurture phase week where you treat yourself different, where the workouts are based on you feeling that way, you're kinder to yourself. Okay. And what I have found is that it makes it more sustainable. Okay. So I'll be sharing the link on the book. You're more than welcome to look it up. And follow any questions that you guys have. This is going to be an open format and in the chat, and that's what it's there for. It's there for you guys to ask questions when you guys need motivation. That's what it's for. I mentioned it earlier. Know that we do have people in different time zones here. I have coaches in Arizona, I have girls in Texas. So if you don't want to get overwhelmed with the chat, just go ahead and turn off the notifications, and you just go to it whenever you want. You don't want to be overwhelmed. I know my husband's, he's in the chat. Sometimes he's like, babe, it's so much. Know that there's a lot of people and there's questions being asked. This is not to overwhelm you. It's to help you. And don't feel like you've been gone for a day and all of a sudden you come back, and you know that meme where you see, what is it? The files, and all of a sudden the files open on God because there's like a million texts. Don't feel you have to play catch up. Don't feel it. Because I know some people are like, oh my God, with the chat. So again, it's there to help you. Another main tool that we're going to use is the No Snooze Crew. The No Snooze Crew is a virtual gym. Okay. We opened it up. We're going to make 6 years this year. It came out of a personal need. It came from a place of me being at home, having to do these home workouts and not having a place to go to. I was getting that excuse from my coaches a lot too, and from my partners. Oh, Amy, but I need to go somewhere. You don't get it. I have to go to the gym to be able to get my workout in. This gives you a place to go. It's a place in Cyber World. It's the same link every day. I've already shared it in the chat, but I'll drop it again if anybody else needs it. What you do is you save the password, you can save the link, and every morning you can log on. We have people in different time zones. I'm usually on about 4:40 in the morning. Then Christy hops on. We have you. What you're gonna realize is that we have what we call waves. People that come in different waves depending on where they're at. The busiest time is usually 6 in the morning. I'm not saying that you're obligated to work out in the morning, but I will tell you that I've noticed after doing this and helping so many people for so long that it's the best way to get it out of the way when you do it in the morning. I started by waking up half an hour earlier. I highly recommend get your clothes out the night before. Leave your clothes out. You're gonna realize in the chat, sometimes we're gonna take a picture of our clothes and we're gonna say, okay, drop your wave. What time are you showing up tomorrow? And we'll go ahead, we'll take a picture of our clothes and we'll say, I'll see you guys at 6 in the morning. That's right there, another level of accountability because you already have your clothes out, because you already know that when you wake up in the morning, it's just not even thinking about it. Put on your shoes, hit play, drink your Energize, have to sleep, and before you know it, you're gonna be moving your body. Some people say, well, I'm not a morning person. What I always say is, doesn't working out make you feel good? Well, if working out makes you feel good, why don't you want to feel good first thing in the morning? Like, get that juice going. Um, I'm trying to think what else? What else? So those are basically going to be our three biggest tools. The No Snooze Crew, our fasting app. Please make sure you've downloaded and you're in our circle. What you're going to notice what the fasting app does is it helps you track your window, and you're also going to see all those people that are fasting with you while we're doing this. And it does help, and it encourages us. You're going to notice one of the things that we do, for example, if one of us is going to go on a long fast, we'll take a picture, we'll screenshot where we're at, and we basically cheer each other on along the way. And by the time we complete it, we're like, yes, we did it. And it feels good and it feels great. Um, for the measurements, I already posted on the chat what it should look like. What I highly recommend when you're taking those pictures, I know they're hard. Coming from someone that it took almost a year for me to be able to even take a before picture when I started this, I regret not having that before picture now. I regret it because I know what it felt like. Even I still have good before and afters, but it's not the same. That real rawness, you're gonna realize. And when we did the before and afters when our last challenge, the bodies you can tell, but you're gonna see the different in the person's face. Like le va a alumbrar, like it's gonna be different. So take those pictures as hard as they are, take them in a place where you're gonna have good lighting. I highly suggest that if you can do it with two different outfits, do that because you're going to see a big difference, and you want to have good pictures because the results are going to be based on that. So obviously if you're going to want that money, you're going to have to be able to show a good before and after picture. I also want you to know that you're not obligated. I am not gonna make you put it on social media. I had our last challenge. I had one of the couples. She was brand new to this. She's not somebody that wanted her pictures on social media. And if you notice, I never ended up putting the before and afters of who won because she asked not to. And I rather grant that and us know within our group who won without having it to put it out there. Like for me, it's not that important to have social media see the before and after if we're getting real genuine results and that person doesn't want to be put on social media. So the only thing that I ask is that if you do work the business and you want to share what's going on in our chat, that is more than okay, but do not put a picture of someone unless you ask first, can I please share this or whatever the case may be, so that everybody feels safe. I want to make this to be a safe environment and not think that your pictures are going to be put all over social. I'm going to open the floor now format, see if anybody has any questions. I'm also going to read, sets up the vibe the whole day. Okay, no doubt. My work schedule changed and it messed me. I'm doing them. Okay, perfect. Before pics with two outfits. Never thought of that. Yeah, I would highly suggest two outfits because it does help. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions? Anybody have anything they want to share? How often are we checking in with pics? Okay, I was gonna tell you guys for the actual pot amount, you are only required to turn them in tonight, and then you have until I gave everybody until the 11th, which would be the Monday after the challenge. But I do want to have midpoint check-ins. They're not gonna be required for the pot, but 4 weeks in, I do want us to be able to take pictures. You're gonna realize usually in the midpoint, and again, like I said in our last challenge, it wasn't perfect. It took me almost, I think, the second week to actually start picking up the pace in our last challenge because we had just gotten back from school and the summer. You're gonna see when we hit that midpoint you're going to have a decision to make. You're either going to win that money or you're not. And the best part about these programs and the best part about being in this environment, I'm going to tell you, you can get amazing results. My best results have been in 21 days because the focus can be so good. Okay, it can be so good. And what I will tell you is that if you do go all in, you're going to see how easy it is to keep going. How much you say, okay, I lost 10 pounds. What if I keep going? What if I keep going? What if I keep going? And just as easily as you can fuck it up, just as easily you can fix it. Just as easily. And you're talking to somebody that what I used to do before was a 3-day refresh. I used to do a 3-day refresh because I didn't know any better. I had never fasted for 24 hours. Okay. So what would I do? If I needed a reset button, I would go ahead and I would do a 3-day refresh. And what the 3-day refresh would teach me was that in 3 days, I could turn it all around just as bad as I would fuck it
The
up.
fast is so much easier.
Now with the fast, not only are you saving yourself $65, but you're actually your body's benefiting in other ways. Hold on, admit off. We have people still in the waiting room. Hold on.
Yeah, I was a refresh junkie, like every quarter, every 6 months, and I would get the subscription. So sometimes there would just be boxes there, and I'm like, all right, I have a box in my pantry. I'm just gonna do another refresh. And
Yep.
I mean, it was great. I'm not gonna knock,
No, they're good. They're definitely good, but you feel
one time said, save your money. And I was like, you know what, I'll try it. And then I went that 72 and then 80 something hours. And I'm like, and I lost,
and
I averaged 5 to 6 pounds. And when I lost 9 pounds with the fasting, I'm like, buy refresh. I haven't bought one since.
And if I can be honest, clarity of the mind is better for me through a fast than it is with the refresh. Because with the refresh, I'm like stressing, oh, I gotta take this, now I gotta do this one, now I gotta do this. And then but emotionally, I feel so good after like a good 36 or 40 hours versus 3 days of that refresh where I'm like killing myself, like, oh my God, another shake, oh my God, another whatever. So it's 100% better. Amy, the first time you told me that, I never went back.
I would always one of the vanilla refreshes, like from the dinner, just because I was full.
I was full already, and they're gross. They don't taste very good.
To eat that much, but the refresh makes you like, oh, every hour have this, and then the tea, and then that, and llena, and then I felt like the package would just sit there, and I was like, I'm wasting money, kind of.
You're wasting money. So,
yeah.
I agree 100%. I felt stupid because for a long time, again, I would do a refresh once a month because that's what Sue taught me. And I said, oh my God, how awesome. This is so right. But that's another thing. And I've been talking to a lot of you guys. It's okay to tweak things. I'm not here now because I've been doing the same thing. I'm already here now because as my body has been changing, I've been tweaking it. It hasn't always been perfect. There's things that I have to still figure out. There's times that I don't complete a fast because Sylvia knows that I've been like, you know what? I'm starving. I know my body. I haven't fueled myself correctly. It's okay to not starve. It's okay to end the fast, even if you had 36 hours in mind, even if you had 48 hours in mind. There's no such thing as a bad fast, So those are the little things that we're gonna come up that are gonna come up. And then it's just learning how to deal with them, learning how to lean into the group and say, okay, look, this is what's happening. What should I do? Making the better option. We're going to have people, you're probably going to go on vacation. Again, you're going to go on vacation. We're going to be in the middle of the holidays. It's going to be about making the better option. It's not going to be about making this perfect because it's never going to be perfect. It's not meant to be perfect.
Yeah, I'm one that I had a 24-hour fast, Mrs. Fasting Guru, or so I thought. Oh, I've made it to 3 days. I'm good. Mija, I was in hour 15, 16. I said, no, I can't. I was migraine, whatever was detox headache. Well, like Amy said, I didn't feel right. Something, my sight, I don't know what it was. I'm like, you know what? This isn't happening this time. And I was like, nope, I'm going to eat. And I was like, I'm not going to punish my body because the whole point of fasting is to heal yourself, So I was kicking myself a little bit that one time, and I was like, no. Then I saw her talk about it, and I saw Amy Figueroa talk about it, and other people fast and say, nope, I'm going to eat now. I'm like, you know what? Okay, it's all right. You know your body, and your body will tell you, okay, enough is enough. And like you said, you tweak it. There's always another day where you can fast for 24 hours. It's not like you can't do it over. So definitely just take it easy on yourself. Take it from me that I'm my worst critic. I'm my worst enemy. And I've had results one way or the other. I fasted for 17 hours, so it's not a bad thing. It's just I had in mind, oh, it has to be 24. No, it doesn't. You do what your body lets you to do, and that's it.
I agree. I agree. And what you're going to realize, and it's kind of what Jess was saying also, is that you're going to realize, depending on where you are, that for example, okay, today I'm gonna fast for 36 hours. That means that I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna be productive, I'm not thinking about food, I'm in this productivity bubble. Like, you already take food out of your head. It's not part of the system, it's not gonna be there for the next whatever hours, so you can focus on other things. And then what happens is you have this clarity, you have this energy, you start using that in your favor. And it's gonna get to the point where the fasting long is going to be beneficial for you, but also mentally. And then you're already going to be your mind was going to work in that fasted state. You're going to be able to do things that you wouldn't normally be doing because you were in that fasted state. All right. Do we have any questions?
And just to quickly piggyback off of that, Amy, I'm gonna milk it now because I'm in open enrollment and I'm on the phone like 12 hours a day. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I haven't eaten. And it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna be like, it's okay. I'm just gonna not eat and keep it moving and just work. Cause it's actually gonna be pivotal right now. 'Cause normally open enrollment is where I just order in and, oh, I'm just gonna get McDonald's just quick and blah, blah, blah. And I'll just eat it in 10 minutes and be done. And then I've always had my worst weight gain because of stress just from the hours I work, and then I don't sleep, and then I eat like shit. And now I'm just gonna fast. So thank you, because
No, for sure.
I'm definitely gonna milk it now.
We're here to help each other out.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, if nobody has any more questions, I don't want to take anybody's time anymore. We're gonna make this fun. You're gonna see we're gonna have little pop-up challenges. I bought fitness dice so that we can play around with it. We're gonna have some fun. And we're gonna do some pop-up challenges in the middle of the day so we can have some bonus stuff. I want to give some stuff away. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna lean on each other. And then just so that you guys know, the whole idea is to blow this up so that come in January, we can all shanty it together with a massive challenge. So that is the goal.
Let's go.
Thank you guys for trusting me and for doing this.
Now wait for fucking Shanti. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Bueno,
Insanity.
meal prep. Take your pictures, send them in. Let's do this.
Dale.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Let's kill it. Bye.